Thank you so much, Mr. Woods. Our next witness is Mr. Rea Hederman. Mr. Herriman is Assistant Director and Senior Policy Analyst and Assistant Director for the Center for Data Analysis in the Heritage Foundation. Mr. Herriman joined the Heritage in 1995. The foundation is broadly supported public policy research institute in Washington, D.C. Welcome.
Thank you. Chairmanwoman Velasquez, Ranking Member Graves, and other distinguished members of the committee. Thank you for having me to speak on the important topic of the 2009 stimulus impact on small business and entrepreneurial activity. The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act contained a number of provisions aimed at boosting the economic output of small businesses, either through tax incentives, loan guarantees, or some other government initiatives. These provisions included an increase in bonus expensing and bonus depreciation of qualified investment expenses. Bonus depreciation and expensing provisions are important and proper tax policy tools for stimulating economic activity. This is why these provisions have been included in previous tax and stimulus bills. Specifically, these tools encourage companies to increase investment output and expand activity in the short run. Basically, what the federal government is saying that we're having a fire sale on capital. If you act now, you'll be able to expand quickly and more efficiently. Unfortunately, the effectiveness of these proposals may be limited. Since these provisions have expiration dates, small businesses may have difficulty expanding their businesses before the calendar year and taking advantage of these. And current evidence suggests that small businesses have not been able to respond to the latest stimulus proposals. For example, a recent survey of small business owners indicate that they have the same level of capital expenditure and growth in their business plans today as they did prior to the expansion of the bonus depreciation. Even worse, the number of small business owners planning an expansion over the next year is declining. And we see these numbers showing up in the macroeconomic indicators as non-residential fixed investment has been declining over the last 3 quarters. As many Americans are painfully aware, unemployment has climbed steadily, reaching 9.5% in June of this year, despite projections from the administration's economic team that the unemployment rate would not pass 8%. Few of the benefits touted by some of the stimulus proposals have been seen to date. While bonus depreciation expensings were appropriate policy moves earlier this year, small business requires Congress to take bold action now. Small businesses are some of the strongest pillars of employment in the economy. Research shows that job creation from small businesses and startup companies have helped limit previous recessions. In fact, over 50% of Fortune 500 companies were either founded in a recession or bear market economy. While this may seem counterintuitive, this is an example of the economic cycle at work and new companies arising that employ more and more people, help in ending a recession. Pro-growth tax policies can boost small businesses and entrepreneurs. Successful small businesses expand and hire new employees, offsetting job losses from larger, more established firms. Good economic policy is rewarding the successful companies instead of penalizing their success through higher taxes. It is never too late to enact good economic policies. This Congress can establish a foundation for strong economic growth by enacting strong, good tax policy. First, Congress should make permanent the small business tax relief that was enacted in 2001, 2003, and the bonus depreciation bills that were enacted earlier in this year. Entrepreneurs saw a decline in their marginal tax rates thanks to JECTR and ECTRA in 2001 and 2003. Small businesses benefited from lower capital costs as capital gains and dividends taxes are reduced. Lower capital costs means that more small businesses can be created as the risk premium for business startups decline. Unfortunately, capital gains and marginal tax rates are scheduled to quickly increase. These higher taxes are already being calculated by many businesses as they plan for future investment and expansion. These higher tax rates will offset the smaller provisions in the stimulus bill and hinder future investment. Small businesses are also very, very labor intensive. Unfortunately, right now, currently wages are flat or declining over the last quarter and work hours have been shrinking. With the minimum wage expanding to increase over 10%, companies will have limited capability to pass on these wage increases to their employers. Historically, a minimum wage increase of this magnitude results in employment losses for small business of 1%, so I'd like to urge Congress and the committee to think about delaying the minimum wage increase until the economy is more stable. This impact will be detrimental to many small businesses who are already short-staffed. Finally, House Ways and Means Chairman Charlie Rangel announced his tax plan that establishes a surtax on many successful companies. The number of people affected by this tax increase, about 20% of them will have half of their income from small business type associations as an income. A tax increase of this magnitude will continue to result in job losses and slow economic growth. I'd like to thank the committee for giving me this time. I'd like to answer any questions, and if I could submit my testimony to the record. Thank you.
Without objection.